Charger families, and welcome to another edition of Charger Live. I'm Kara Spazik, the proud principal here at Blythewood Middle School, where each and every day our goal is to hashtag BMS Make It Happen. With that said, it's time to move forward to Phase 3 of school reopening at Blythewood Middle School, where we're ready to hashtag Make It Happen. We know that you are excited about this next phase of school reopening, and we want to be able to provide you with as much information as possible. If after viewing this video you still have questions, we ask that you please contact the school directly and we'll be happy to assist you. Who attends when? As we transition to Phase 3 on March 22nd, parents and guardians are given an opportunity to choose a learning model for their student. As a reminder, your learning model should be selected by midnight on March 7th. Phase 3 will consist of 2 learning models, a 5-day face-to-face option or a virtual learning model from home. Students that are already enrolled in the district's virtual school will remain enrolled for the duration of the school year. Students and parents choosing the 5-day face-to-face option will report to school daily in person. Students and parents that are choosing the virtual learning model will attend classes using the teacher's Google Meet session. Friday will be an early release day for all students. The dismissal time for middle school students will be at 10:50 a.m. Please note, if your student will be a face-to-face student and the early dismissal time will cause a hardship, we ask that you contact your child's grade level administrator. Our daily schedule. What will our daily schedule look like during Phase 3? Our Phase 3 schedule will be very similar to our Phase 2 schedule. This is a matter of consistency for our students, our teachers, and our families. Please see the schedule to the right. Again, Fridays will be early release days, and we'll have designated A and B weeks so that our students will know how to attend class on Fridays. As a reminder, all students, whether face-to-face or virtual, should begin their day in homeroom. Homeroom starts promptly at 7:50 a.m.
Car rider procedures. In the morning, we will receive car riders in the front car rider line at 6:50 a.m. Car riders may use the back bus loop after 7 a.m. after all buses have departed. As a reminder, please remember to follow the blue traffic line. Students will wait in their vehicles until a staff member motions for them to exit their vehicle. This will ensure social distancing as students arrive. If you need to park, please escort your child to the sidewalk following staff member directions at all times. Under no circumstances should a child ever be dropped off in a parking lot and allowed to walk up to the building by themselves. The gates to the back bus loop will close daily at 7:45 a.m. to allow us to fully secure the building as our school day begins. Students who arrive at 7:45 or after should use the front car rider line. In the afternoon, drivers will place a sign in the front windshield stating the first and last name and the grade level of the student they are picking up. Students will be called over the intercom to proceed to the car rider line. 6th grade students will use the front car rider line. 7th and 8th grade students will use the back bus loop. Students in different grades should use the back bus loop. For example, a 6th and 8th grade student ride together, they will use the back bus loop. Please remember to follow directions of all school and district personnel at all times to ensure student safety. Also, look out for our walkers. And finally, please remember to practice the light school with patience, as this will lengthen our dismissal procedures.
The bus rider procedures for the morning are as follows. Students who ride the bus should physically distance at the bus stop. Students should keep their masks on at all times while riding the bus. All bus safety procedures will remain in effect. Students will remain on the bus once they arrive at school until motioned by a staff member to enter the building. Afternoon bus rider procedures are as follows. Students who ride the bus will be dismissed one bus at a time by bus number via the intercom system. Students will practice social distancing protocols as they exit the rear of the building to load the school buses. Students will load the bus one student at a time. Students must wear their mask the entire bus route home.
Transition between classes. Students will follow the established traffic patterns as indicated by the yellow arrows in the hallways at all times. Students will report directly to their next class, no lingering. Students will enter classes as directed by teacher. Lockers will not be used during Phase 3. Backpacks should be used to carry student belongings. No rolling backpacks. At all times, students should physically distance to the extent possible from others.
Morning breakfast procedures. All students arriving before 7:20 a.m. will be held in the gym. After 7:20, students will be dismissed to their homeroom classes. Students that desire to eat breakfast should arrive before 7:45 a.m. Homeroom begins promptly at 7:50. Students will be late for class if they are still attempting to eat breakfast after 7:45. All bus riders will exit the bus and pick up breakfast as they enter the gym. After eating in the designated area of the gym, they will promptly empty their trash and report to their grade level assigned area of the gym. Car riders that arrive before 7:20 will report to the gym for breakfast. Car riders arriving after 7:20 should report to the cafeteria for breakfast. They will eat in the cafe and then report to their homeroom classes. Lunch and cafeteria procedures. The time originally in our Phase 2 schedule for the PLT or advisory will now be used to allow for each grade level to have 2 lunches. This approach will cut down on the number of students in the cafeteria during any given grade level. Students that bring their lunch will eat in the classroom. This will further cut down on the number of students in the cafeteria at any given time. Students will be required to eat silently since masks will not be able to be worn while eating. Our lunch cafeteria procedures will remain as they were pre-COVID. All students will get their lunch and remain seated until dismissed by an administrator or an administrator designee. Daily recess, weather permitting, will still be in effect. Based upon grade level PLT time, will either be before or after lunch.
School supplies. School supplies may not be shared among students. We ask that students have all of their supplies with them daily, but extra supplies should be kept at home. That's because students will not be using lockers. All students must have earbuds or earphones to use during class. Also, please make sure that students bring their Chromebook and charger to school daily. For a copy of the Blythewood Middle School supply list, please click on the link provided.
Restroom breaks and water bottles. Students will be allowed to use the restroom during their classes throughout the day. Teachers will have a restroom sign-out and sign-in procedure to help monitor students because they will only be able to go to the restroom one at a time. Due to the limited availability of staff to monitor the number of students in the restroom, students will not be permitted to use the restroom during class transition. Students will be allowed to bring water bottles to school, but only clear water bottles are permissible. Water fountains will not be available during Phase 3. We have water filling stations that students will be able to use to refill their water bottles as needed.
When your child feels sick, slowing the spread of COVID-19 is each of our responsibilities. We must all do our part by wearing masks, washing our hands, social distancing, and above all, staying home when we are sick. Parents, please do not send students to school when they are sick, thinking that they will feel better later. COVID-19 carries a number of symptoms, and a student may be positive without knowing it. Please use the checklist provided to the right of the screen, and when in doubt, we kindly ask that you keep your child home and allow them to attend classes virtually.
When your child becomes sick at school, If your student should become sick during the school day, they will be sent to the health room as usual. If a student runs a fever of 100 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, or exhibits any flu or COVID-19 symptoms, they will be moved from the usual health room and placed into our isolation room. The student will remain in the isolation room until a parent or guardian or other authorized adult is able to pick them up. It is imperative that we have updated contact information for all students.
Learning model changes. All learning model changes for Phase 3 should be submitted by midnight, March 7th, effective March 22nd. The next deadline for learning model changes will be April 26th, and the change in learning model will go into effect on May 3rd.
Charger Pride After School Care. Charger Pride After School Care will be available during Phase 3. The hours of operation for Charger Pride will be Monday through Thursday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Charger Pride is also available on early release Fridays for registered students from 10:50 a.m. to 6 p.m. Students must pre-register for Charger Pride via their parent portal account. The registration fee is $20 per student, and the cost to attend Charger Pride is $60 per week. For additional information, please contact the Charger Pride Program Director, Ms. Sierra Haywood, at shaywood@richland2.org.
We hope that you have found this video presentation helpful. If you have additional questions regarding Phase 3 reopening, please contact the school directly.